Hello and welcome back, property navigators. It's time to expand your knowledge and open up the box of how to add instant equity to a property. Now, this isn't going to be about painting the walls or fixing the bathroom like basic YouTube advice. These are expert insights into what we've done. And the crazy thing is, you can do it too, if you know what to look for. By the end of this video, you'll be able to realize opportunities that others simply may not. Now, let's get stuck in. The first value add we're going to talk about is adding paint and fixing bathrooms. This isn't going to be about painting the walls or fixing the bathroom. Nah, just kidding. We are discussing subdivisions, but not quite as you may know it. Now, I'm not talking about buying a property that has been subdivided by the previous owner, or one that has subdivision potential requiring a development application to council. I'm talking about a property that has already been earmarked by council and the hard work has been done for you, such as what is on screen now. This property is on an 860 metre squared block. And as you can see from the image, the council has essentially already split this block to two different lots on their planning scheme. This type of property could have two properties built on it straight away, with minimal red tape and additional costs associated with a DA application to council. You will notice two letters, RP, which refers to registered plan, which is the same for both of these lots. The number sitting above is different, meaning these two lots can be placed on separate titles if two properties were to be built. Further due diligence must be done on current infrastructure and its placement. So whilst it's a straightforward subdivision of the land, much more investigation is required into the location and access of infrastructure such as sewage and water. I bet you didn't know about that one, and it deserves a like or a subscribe if you haven't done so already. And a quick tool and tip, the Queensland Globe is an essential tool to access this kind of information in Queensland, and it's free. Go check it out. Another ace up the sleeve we want you to have is the ability to identify properties that may have underlying value that hasn't been picked up by the selling agent or the seller themselves. For example, we picked up the property on screen now for a client 16 months ago. There were two utility rooms at the back of this property that are connected to the main house by an undercover breezeway. We contacted our town planner and building certifier, and would you believe it? These rooms could legally be turned into 2 bedrooms. All we needed to do was add smoke alarms. That's it. All other requirements such as the number of windows, the height of the ceiling were met. At a minimal cost of just under $1,000 to our client, which included professional advice, we turned this 3-bed 1-bath into a 5-bed 1-bath, almost overnight with some easy adjustments. The lesson here is that if you can see value where others cannot, you can pick up incredible deals. And this is only just one example. From multiple properties, we have found underlying value which wasn't realized by the selling agent. Simple conversions to internal layout of a property, such as converting studies or second living areas into bedrooms, is another common and easy way to add value. Here is another example of a conversion that many investors may look to accomplish and can be very, very effective. This property had a study area perfect for this strategy. By adding a wall and new door, you have a 4-bed, 1-bath, and the difference in rent is considerable, moving from a top-end rent of $530 as a 3-1 to a top-end rent of $590 as a 4-1. Simple, effective, and cheap. Here's another tool and tip. Prepare. Don't just use these strategies without first speaking with professionals. And just for the cost of a few $100s to get expert advice, it is very well worth it. Even if you learn, you should walk away from the deal. Buy the worst house in the best street. Now there's something I'm sure you have heard before. But what about a great property in a not so ideal part of a suburb? Can you profit from buying into pockets that have a lower sale price than that of the surrounding pockets of the same suburb, or what are considered lower socio-economic areas? Stay with me here, as there is a process you can use to investigate this to create a ton of profits. This is a suburb of Southside, which has 67% of owner-occupiers averaged out across the suburb. The pocket or district within the green square on screen has a lower number of owner-occupiers when compared to the surrounding pockets and the suburb as a whole, which would impact the overall appeal for owner-occupiers moving into this area. But the surrounding pockets have higher levels of owner-occupiers living there. Now, let's dig a little bit deeper here. Another reason that can affect a certain part of a suburb's value range is the level of public housing. As shown on screen, this area has 7.2% of public housing in this particular pocket at this percentage range. But it's not of alarming concern, but it still needs to be investigated further. There is evidence and reports that have been conducted which shows that if a street, not a pocket, has more than 50% of public housing on it, property prices will be affected. This entire pocket has 7.2%. You need to know the area exceptionally well to use this strategy. There are definitely lower quality pockets we stick away from in certain suburbs, as not all lower quality pockets will excel at the same rate due to a number of different factors that are really beyond the scope of this video. Now, 4.2s in this pocket can be picked up in the buy price range of $560,000 to $600,000. Where in higher quality pockets, this type of asset would sell for a range of around $670,000 to $720,000. So, what are the outcomes you can expect from buying into a good, low quality pocket? Well, number one is you can expect uplift from surrounding sales. It's called the wave rider effect, and where property prices ripple out. This particular pocket borders some of these high quality areas, and that's a big tick here. And the second point here, as gentrification occurs, more first home buyers and owner occupiers move into these more affordable pockets, resulting in quick, significant price jumps. Another tool and tip here is check out the free online resource picky.com.au, which you can find more of the information I have provided in this example. Now, the profits that can be made through manufactured capital growth and increases to rental capacity can turn an average investment into a standout investment property. We delve into more details of how to analyze and calculate feasibility of a deal to see if it stacks up for a renovation in another one of our videos called How to Tell If a Fixer-Upper is Really Worth It. See it in the link in the description below if that's what you're looking for. I hope you find some cracking deals by using what you have learned today, and until next time, happy property navigating.